Good morning, grade 10. Great to be here this morning. Today I'll be joined with Mr. Omar and we'll be discussing American Burying Beetles by Jane Goodall. So today we'll be discussing about the burying beetles. We'll be watching a video and we'll have turns on speaking. And don't be afraid to make mistakes because some of the words will be difficult. The pronunciation you'll be unfamiliar with, but that's okay. You know, just give it a try and then we'll correct each other and we'll take turns on answering questions. So we also have a video to watch about the American burying beetles. So I think we're going to start watching the video about burying beetles from the National Geographic. So please pay attention, keep your ears open. If you have any questions about some of the words they're using, we will answer them after the video.
I'll send you the link. Have you got the link in the chat box, boys? So you can watch the link later by yourself. But for the now, we're going to watch it together, right? All right, boys?
The life of a North American garden shrew is run around like crazy for about a year and then fall over dead. Like this poor fella. This shrew is no more. It rests in peace. Or does it? Is this a death rattle? Or is the shrew actually, you know, coming back to life? Nope. This is still an ex-shrew. The burying beetles have come. They cackle over their latest find. This shrew will be food and, well, something out of the second Alien movie. You'll see. Before competing scavengers can join this deadly feast, other beetles, maggots, raccoons, etc., the burying beetles have to move the cadaver to a more favorable location. In order to secure their prize, the beetles conduct their own funeral procession. They lie on their backs and walk the shrew forward. Now for, ew, gross, moment number one. The burying beetle, who isn't? Mania motel was booked up. As the procession moves on, even a gate won't stop these grim reapers from hauling their cargo. Like a landlocked funeral barge, the dead shrew approaches its final resting place in the burying beetle burrow. Nearby, in a separate incident, we present, ew, gross, moment number two. This time-lapse shows how maggots can turn a dead mouse into a tasty meal and a throw rug. We realize this footage has nothing to do with burying beetles, but it's way cool. Like the maggots, we couldn't help ourselves. Back to the burying beetles. It's almost time for the last, ew, gross moment. The beetles prepare their home. Part coroner slab, part mortician's parlor, for a daunting home improvement project to turn this carcass into a nursery. The body is given a shave. And then, oh, gross! The beetles embalm the shrew with a protein-rich secretion that comes from their mouths and anuses. Now, the shrew is ready for that thing we mentioned earlier from that Alien movie. The female will lay her eggs near the decomposing shrew, which the mom beetle will chew and regurgitate for them. The rotting carcass is baby food and baby nursery. Come on, is that any worse than mating on a dead body?
Okay, gentlemen. So, okay. So,
Okay, guys, can you all hear me? I hope you can. So what we'll be doing now is we'll be discussing the video. We have a reading to excerpt. First, I'd like to ask, do you have any questions about the video? About what you saw? So I'm going to unmute everyone. And if you have any questions, please. Okay, I've just unmuted everyone. Does anyone have any questions about the American burying beetle?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Mohammed.
So the burying beetle and feeds on it, right?
Say it again, sorry. The American burying beetle.
Yes. They take the corpses of other insects and
Yes.
feed on them.
Yes. Yeah. So we saw that it brings the shrew, which was a mole-like insect, sort of like almost like a little mouse, into its burrow. Burrow meaning its underground home, and it was eating it and regurgitating, like throwing up, or I guess bringing the swallowed food up to its mouth, and it was feeding its babies. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see how they survive.
yeah, you can watch the video later, Hamoudi. But for the now, these are kind of insects, which is very helpful to the environment, actually. So they kind of get rid of these dead corpses, right? So, any other questions? Any other questions, boys? Okay, so let's move on to reading. So we're going to start with Riyadh here. The first one on our list here is Riyadh. Good morning, Riyadh.
Good morning.
Good morning, love. So can you read for us, please? Can you see my computer screen?
Yes, I can see.
Very good.
The American
Yes.
burying beetle is but one of a million of insects and other invertebrates that play such a major without seldom
Acknowledged.
what
Acknowledged.
role in the maintenance of habitats and ecosystem most.
Good job.
People simply lump
Hold on, Riyadh.
what?
That's good. That's good there. We'll discuss the first sentence.
Yeah, so what have we learned so far about this American? Because topic of our lesson here is what, Riyadh Habibi? What's the topic of our class today?
What?
What's the topic of our class today?
The American burying beetle.
I love you, man. So we are talking about the American burying beetle. Actually, the first sentence, Anthony, gives us a lot of information about this American burying beetle. So let's see if Riyadh can tell us, what have you learned so far about the American burying beetles, Riyadh? What have we learned so far?
I don't understand.
Oh, you didn't understand. I love you, man. Thank you for telling us that. So, Anthony, can you read it very quickly for Riyadh so that he can get a bit of information about it?
Okay. So the most important sentence is maybe the start of the sentence and the end of the first sentence, because at the end of the sentence it says invertebrates play a major, and then we have seldom acknowledged, so not usually knowledge, role or job in the maintenance of habitats and ecosystems.
Yeah, that's right. So, but Anthony, let's ask Riyadh specific questions here.
Okay.
So, Riyadh Habibi, I'm going to ask you like 4 questions here. So, is the American burying beetle an animal or an insect or a bird? First thing
I
first.
think bird.
No, I'm afraid not. It's a
Insect.
very good. See, so it's only one type of insect. All right. So, what type of insect?
Invertebrates.
What is it, Anthony?
Invertebrates.
Invertebrates.
So this is quite difficult because it has
Yeah.
an A, but it's more pronounced like an E.
Yes, invertebrates. Yeah. But Anthony, can you ask, for example, Tamim? Tamim, what's an invertebrate? What's an invertebrate, Tamim? Tamim Habibi.
What? Yeah.
What's an invertebrate? Invertebrate. So it says here that the American burying beetle is an invertebrate.
Can I see, please?
What's an invertebrate, love?
Invertebrate or
Invertebrate. Have you studied it in biology? So look at the American burying beetle here. Can you see it on my screen? So this one is clear picture. Can you see the picture of an American burying beetle on my screen? Can you see it, Tamim
Yeah.
Habib? Yeah. So it says here that it's an invertebrate. What does an invertebrate mean based on the picture that you just saw? You don't know, Tamim. So I ask everybody, if you know the answer to this, the meaning of the word invertebrate, please.
Yeah, I remember. We took it in biology already.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. These are the biology guys. Yeah.
Yeah, the insects or the animals that didn't have the bond.
Yeah, very good. They have
the back.
No spine.
they have no spine. Meanwhile, they have a
لا
shell
فقرية.
from the outside, but from the inside it's soft.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any spine
Yes.
or any skeleton, right? But they have
Yeah.
a covering to their body.
Yeah.
So, yes, very good,
Yeah.
Tamim. Thank you very much indeed. So, if we are, for example, to copy this word invertebrate, would anybody like to add anything else about invertebrate? Would anybody like to add anything else about invertebrate? Hello, everyone. Do we need to unmute them? We already unmuted them. All right. Has anybody got any information, any other information about invertebrates? You are all unmuted, boys. All right, no one. So, Anthony, let's go Google invertebrates. All right. So, what questions should we ask Google, boys, if we want to get like right information about invertebrates? So, this question should be simple. What are invertebrates? Okay, so sorry, I got. All right, so quickly, Anthony, can you tell us?
Invertebrates are animals that neither possess nor develop a vertebral column,
Yeah, what's a vertebral column?
known as a backbone or spine.
Yeah, so it doesn't have a spine or a backbone. Yeah, very good.
Known as a backbone or spine. Derived from the notochord.
Yeah.
This includes all animals apart from the subphylum vertebrata.
This is a Latin word. Yeah, yeah, right. So familiar example of invertebrates are insects. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about insects, which are invertebrate because they don't have a spine, but they have a shell covering their bodies. Okay. Does everybody now understand the meaning of the word invertebrate?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you, Tamim. So let's move on to Muhammad Arif. Muhammad Arif? Muhammad Arif? Muhammad Arif? Muhammad Arif, hello? Muhammad?
Yes.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Habibi. So, Habibi Hamoudi, what are other information? So now we learned that these American burying beetles are insects, and they are what type of insects?
Invertebrates.
All insects actually are invertebrates. Sorry, it's okay. That's a stupid question, actually. All right. So that play. So what else do we know from the very first sentence about the American burying beetle?
That they have a huge population.
They live in huge population.
And they,
Only one of the million. Yeah, because the species or the insects are millions. There are millions of insects. This is only one type or one species of insect. Very good. What are other information, Muhammad Arif Habib?
they have a huge role in habitats.
Yes, I love you. What role do they play in the habitats or the ecosystems?
They maintain its.
I love you. I love you, Hamoudi. What does maintain mean?
I think because it buries some dead animals, so that
Yes, very
helps.
good. Very good. So they help because your voice is not clear, love. So what did you understand from Muhammad?
It sounds like they help the animals clean the.
Very good. Clean the environment and get rid of the corpses and dead animals. I love you, Hamoudi. I love you. That's very right. I love you, man. Very good. So, is there any other information we learned? So about this role, Muhammad, personally speaking, do you think this role is important or not important? The role of maintaining or keeping the habitat or the ecosystem?
Personally, I think every role which helps an habitat or an ecosystem is important. And definitely maintaining it is one of the most important roles.
I love you, man. I love you. So you think it's important, right? So look at the author, what some people think here.
Though seldom acknowledged.
Very good. This role is seldom acknowledged. What does acknowledged mean?
Meaning it's that they all know it's important and they admit it.
But it's seldom acknowledged. Can I say it's seldom appreciated? Its role is seldom appreciated. Can I say that, Anthony? Can we say it's seldom appreciated? Maybe. Yeah, appreciated. So a lot of people do not appreciate the role or do not even understand the role that these kind of insects play in our lives. Right, boys? So this is only a little bit of information we learned so far. So thank you, Muhammad Arif. Muhammad Rafar. Muhammad Rafar. Good morning, love.
Yes.
Good morning, love. Can you summarize what we have learned about the American burying beetle from the very first sentences with Mr. Anthony?
Yes, the American burying beetle is an insect. Like all insects, is an invertebrate.
Yes.
I love you, man. Very good. So what are other information?
And it has an important role in the maintenance of habitats and ecosystems.
Perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. So can you read the following sentence for me, starting at most?
Most people simply lump them all into the category creepy crawlies or bugs. Some, such as butterflies, are admired and loved for their beauty, though people tend to be less interested in or even repelled by their caterpillars.
Very good. That's good. Stop there. So, what do you think it means by the first sentence? Lump. Simply lump them into the categories. What do you think lump there means?
Group together.
Yes, I love you. I love you. So they group them, they include them in what category?
Creepy crawlies or bugs.
Very good. And if we are going to discuss this language here, Anthony, what do you think of this language? Muhammad, let's ask Muhammad first. Muhammad, look at this language.
Yes.
Creepy crawly, bugs. Are these scientific language?
Yeah,
No,
what do you
this
think?
is day to day.
Very good. So what did we say when a science article include this everyday language or the colloquial language that we use in our everyday conversation? What's the purpose of that? Why would an author use that, Muhammad?
To try to relate to the reader.
Very good. So it helps the reader relate to the topic and understand. Yeah, because for people who are non-scientific, remember King Solver actually?
Mhm.
So for people who are non-scientific, they will not understand this. Even when we went to on Wikipedia, we find a lot of terminology in Latin which we don't really understand, right? So yeah, yes, Muhammad. Okay, what else?
Some, such as butterflies, are admired and loved for their beauty.
Yeah.
So, what do you think they're talking about here? Beauty of some. So, some people are admiring butterflies. Do you think that people admire different insects depending on their
How they look.
How they look?
Yeah.
Yes, I think when you see a butterfly in a picture and when you see a cockroach in a picture, it's natural to like butterfly more because it's beautiful and has colors and
Yeah, very
other
good.
things like that.
Very good. So yeah, so people tend to
Admire insects
depending on how they look.
depending on how they look. Very good. Okay, thank you, Hamoudi. All right, so the beauty, though people tend to be less interested in or even repelled by their caterpillars. You see, even if it is the same butterfly comes before in a previous stage, it's what, Hamoudi? In a previous stage in the butterfly's life, it is what? It's a caterpillar. It's a caterpillar. Some people are repelled by it. What does repelled by mean? What does repelled by mean?
Repelled by means like disgusted or
Yes, very good. All right, very good. So if you are repelled by something, so you kind of shrug when you see it or something like that. Very good, Muhammad Rafa. I love you, man. Okay, so and what do you think the tone is here? The author's tone. I'm gonna move to Mazen. Mazen, based on what we read so far, based on what we've read so far, what do you think the tone of the author here is like?
He is giving us information about the American Burying Beetle.
Yes, the tone. Look at this word, this sentence. When she says, though seldom acknowledged, the American burying beetles or the insects' role in our life is seldom acknowledged, and she's a bit here, what? She's a bit what? When she says, okay, people admire the butterflies, but they don't admire the caterpillar, although the butterflies and the caterpillar are the same animal, the same insect, sorry, but different life stage, right?
Mister, I can't hear you.
Pardon me? Come again, Mazen?
Mister?
Yes? Hello?
Yes, the connection.
Oh, it's your internet, love, because our internet works fine. Okay, so anyway, so I think the tone here, I'm gonna have to move to Ibrahim until we get back to Mazen. Ibrahim.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Habibi. What do you think the author's tone here is? When she says that the insect's role in our life is seldom acknowledged, and she also said we admire the butterfly, but we don't admire the caterpillar. Although the butterfly and the caterpillar are one type of insect. So do you think she's a bit confused here? She's a bit surprised?
Yeah, I think she's a little bit, she's pointing out that people don't realize, well, they don't relate.
So there's a kind of contradiction or contrast. Yeah. Even in terms of what? In terms of how people react towards insects. Right, boys? So Ibrahim.
Yes.
Yes, Habibi. Can you continue reading for us?
From?
Others. Others what? Others what?
Others such as
Other what? Because she started here with the,
some
and here she says,
some others.
and
Others.
talking about some people and other people. So some people are insects, other people what? Oh, sorry, some insects. I'm so sorry, I apologize. These insects are admired by people, and the other insects are
Complete
what?
reading.
Yes, Habibi.
Such as spiders are the independent cause of fear, even terror. Cockroaches are located. Are located hundreds.
Yes, love.
This word
Hundreds of species are persecuted. Yes, for the role they play in damaging our food, such as the desert lactose, which revenge crops across huge areas, and there are countless species such as mosquitoes, fly, fleas, and ticks that carry diseases that can devastate other creatures, including ourselves.
Very good, Ibrahim. Very good. Nice reading that. Before I move on with you, Ibrahim, I'm going to have to move to Ziad. Ziad, what do you want to say? You raise your hand, love.
Mr. That's I need to say that Mshari called me and told Mr. Omar that his internet gig is finished and he can't join us.
Oh, sorry about that. So, Mshari Dusari, I'm going to write a note of that. Mshari, no internet, right?
Yes.
Thank you for telling us, love. Thank you for telling us.
Welcome.
Thank you. Love you. Please don't go away after we finish because I want to take the attendance.
I'm staying with you.
There are some people whom I haven't taken their names. Can you speak up and tell me who you are, gentlemen? Because we have Muhammad Al-Garni. Muhammad Al-Garni has just joined us late.
Hamoud Al-Harbi.
Al-Garni, Hamoud. Thank you, Hamoud, for telling us. 14, Hamoud. Who else, boys? Please make sure, okay, because I want to give you...
Yeah, Mr. Me too. Naif.
Good morning, Naif Habibi.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. All right, thank you, Naif. Okay, let's move on. You were with Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, so like Mr. Omar was saying, the previous sentence they started with some, so some insects. Now it's talking about other insects.
Yes. So some insects are loved and admired, and other insects are
not hated. Yeah.
Yeah, because loathed here, Anthony. What does the word loathed mean?
Loathed means I think we should have a look. Hated or not liked. Not liked.
Disliked.
Yeah, disliked.
Very good. Okay. Yes.
So these insects maybe cause fear or even terror. So obviously, some insect species are loved and some are hated, just depending on how they look. So,
discuss with Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, can you please tell me what do you think the next sentence means? Hundreds of species are persecuted for the role they play in damaging our food. So what do you think persecuted here means?
Guess, Ibrahim. Make a guess.
Have a guess for the word persecuted. So read the sentence maybe and then try and guess what this word means.
Yeah, if you persecute an animal, because this is a legal word actually. I heard this word a lot in courts and in movies that had like law no persecution. If something is persecuted, Ibrahim.
Yes.
Yeah, what does it mean?
Like you have positive things or negative things.
No, this is opposite to positive. So this is actually negative. So persecuted meaning like they're charged for something, or like in this context means.
For example, Anthony, I can see an insect here. I'm gonna persecute it. Yeah, boys, can you see? So if I have an insect, I'm gonna persecute it, and I'm gonna follow it so that I can catch it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you understand the meaning of persecuted here?
Yes.
Yes, I love you, man.
Almost means to get rid of, almost like in this context. Hundreds of species are killed. Or you could almost change it to killed, but it really means. How do you explain persecuted? It means more like they're charged or they're like
to follow it, but in a legal way. Yeah. So I'm gonna persecute you. That means you hurt me, and I'm gonna persecute you. I'm gonna sue you. This is legally speaking, but in this context, that means it's gonna be followed and chased.
So Ibrahim, why do you think they're persecuted? It tells you in the.
And blamed, of course.
Blamed.
Blamed.
Yeah, blamed. That's a good word.
Yeah.
So why do you think that these hundreds of species are blamed?
Because like what you said, that have like we should kill it or something like that.
Yeah. The reason is, if you look in the second part of the sentence, what do you think it says here? They are persecuted for.
Yeah. For what?
Why are they persecuted?
For role they playing damage our food.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't like these insects destroying our food, right? We don't want them to destroy our food. So it explains an insect such as the desert locust. So a locust is another type of insect.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to move on to Mazen. Did we go past?
Mazen?
Mazen, so...
Are you back, Mazen?
Yes.
So continue with me. So the desert locust, which ravages crops across huge areas. What do you think the word ravages here means?
The word ravaging. Yes?
Based on this context, what does the word ravage mean?
Ravage. Like a huge number, a huge population of them.
Close. However, if you look at the previous sentence, it says they were persecuted for the role they play in damaging our food. And then it continues. So we can have a look at the sentence before. So they're persecuted for the role they play in damaging our food, and then it moves on to such as desert locust, which ravages crops. So what do you think they do to crops here?
Ravage our crops.
Ravage
insects
crops.
like locusts. What do they do to our crops? Let's move on. If you don't know, Mazen, it's okay. Let's move to Abdullah Al-Anazi. Abdullah, what do you think the meaning of this word is? Guys, even if you don't have a microphone, use the chat box. You need to...
Yes,
yes, Abdullah.
Yes.
Oh, locust is like Jarad, Habibi Abdullah. Locust is like Jarad. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Al-Jarad, Abdullah Walid just joined us. Locust is like Al-Jarad, Abdullah Habib.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think the word ravage here? What do locusts do to our crops? You know what's crops?
No.
Oh, really? Crops are like what, Anthony? What are crops?
Crops are the food you grow. So, you know, you can have a crop of corn. You can have a field. Crop is another word for like a field of, a farming field of crops, or like of, you know, corn or flour, or wheat, or
like plants. The plants we grow.
Yeah.
The plants we grow. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Abdullah. So what do locusts, insects like locusts, do to our crops? Do they help them grow or they destroy and damage them?
I think they destroy.
I love you. I love you. So we are talking about these harmful, to us of course, what we think are harmful insects. Yes, very good. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Abdullah. Let's move to Abdullah Garni. Abdullah Garni.
Okay, Abdullah, can you please read the last sentence for us?
Abdullah Garni. Abdullah, can you at least write in the chat box so that we know that you are here? Abdullah Garni. Maybe he is unable to. Abdullah Garni. Abdullah. Oh. So I'm gonna cross your name here, Abdullah, and I assume that you joined and left. Abdullah Garni has joined and left. Oh, sorry about that. Please, if you get back, let me know. So Muhammad Al-Muhsin. Muhammad Al-Muhsin. Hello, Mr. Muhammad. Can you confirm that you are attending the class? Abdullah Garni is here. Sorry, Abdullah. Sorry. Can you talk to us, Abdullah? Can you talk to us, Abdullah? You have a problem. Okay. At least try to answer Mr. Anthony's question here on the chat. I can see you.
Okay, so I'll read the last sentence for us and then I'll ask you a question. Yeah. So, and there are also countless species such as mosquitoes, tsetse flies, fleas, and ticks that carry diseases that can devastate other creatures, including ourselves. So, do you think this author is pointing out that insects can be positive or negative? Some other, like, not the burying beetle, but do you think she's pointing out that the animals are good, or how do you think? Good or negative to our, for us?
Right on the chat box, Abdullah. Do you think these insects, like gentlemen, it's okay. Technology. It's okay, love. So
do you think they're positive or negative influence for us humans? These insects that they
or
refer
at least
to.
what we think, what we generally think, because the author actually is going to argue against this later, inshallah. So, Abdullah, can you write in the chat box, please? And Muhammad Al-Muhsin too, write in the chat box. Do you think insects like mosquitoes, tsetse flies, and fleas, these are all insects, and ticks, have positive or negative effect on our lives? Just write positive or negative. Positive or negative effects in our lives. You have to prove that you are following us, boys. Muhammad Al-Muhsin and Abdullah Al-Garni. Write in the chat box. So I'm going to have to move to Sulaiman Al-Mahaider. Sulaiman Habibi.
I think it is negative.
Abdullah wrote, I think that, yes. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you. I love you.
Yes, mister.
Who's
I'm
this?
with you, mister.
Who's this?
Sulaiman.
Sulaiman Habibi. Sulaiman Habibi.
Yes.
Can you summarize what we have learned so far from this?
Mister, I cannot see the board.
Oh, really? Why?
I see شو اسمه يعني قاعد اشوف الطرف بس ما قاعد اشوف الشاشة.
What can you come again please? You've lost us.
اي اشوف الطرف ما اشوف الاسئلة وما اشوف الباراجراف.
What do you mean طرف? What do you mean طرف?
يعني اشوف اول كلمة من الباراجراف على اليسار بس الباقي ما اشوفه.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Does this happen with everyone or only you?
Mister, I'm here.
Who is this?
You sent. I'm Naif.
Yeah. Can you see?
You sent me. Yeah, I can see.
So the problem is with your computer, Sulaiman. Can you see?
Okay, I will see the problem.
Okay, let's move to Ziad until Sulaiman sorts out his problem.
Yes, Mister.
Can you summarize what we have learned so far? And is there a kind of argument that the author is trying to communicate with us in this paragraph? A claim.
What's the question again? Because it's like
summarize what you have learned from this paragraph so far.
Oh,
that's a very tough question, isn't it?
yes.
Tell me, only one piece of information at least you learned from this paragraph.
I named that is the musquit, or what's called muscat.
Mosquitoes.
No. Mosquitoes. That is nearly like the insect.
All right. So, mosquito is only one type or one example of harmful insect. And remember, harmful according to some people, not to everyone. All right? Yeah?
Yes.
So,
yes.
mosquitoes is among other insects that are harmful to us. Yeah? Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
That's a good point. But listen to your friends, Ziad, because I bet your friends has got lots and lots of information to share with us. Let's move on to, he's not here, no internet. Muhammad Al-Garni. Muhammad Al-Garni. Hello? Muhammad Al-Garni. Muhammad is chatting with us. Ibrahim Al-Nasir, is the class over? No, not yet. We still have a lot of time, man. Sorry. Okay, Muhammad Al-Garni. Muhammad Al-Garni. Oh, Muhammad is not here. Hamoud. 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 Hamoud.
Yes.
Habibi Hamoud, can you summarize what we have learned about the American burying beetles from the first paragraph so far?
Summarize what?
Summarize what you have learned about the American burying beetles so far. Not the American burying
beetles.
So sorry. Can you summarize?
They are just a million of insects and invertebrates.
Very good. I love you.
They role in the maintenance of habitat and the ecosystem.
Very good.
And
how about our reaction as humans to these insects? We have two types of reactions.
What is the question?
Well, how about our reaction as human beings to these insects, according to the author? We have two types of reaction.
The fear.
Yes, very good. Fear.
And even terror, right?
Very good.
Terror.
And what are other
fear
type
and
of reaction?
What is what?
The other type of reaction, the opposite reaction that we human have to insects. Because some people admire some insect, but only based on how they look, because they don't understand.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a hidden message here. Maybe the author insects. You agree with me, Hamoud, or you don't agree? So the author is trying to accuse us of being ignorant when it comes to insects.
Yes, some people.
Very good. Thank you, Hamoud. I'm going to have to move to Naif quickly. Naif.
Yes, Mr. Yeah.
Habibi, can you summarize what we have learned about from the first paragraph so far?
Yes.
Yes, can you summarize?
First of all, that the American burying beetle is an insect, and as they say, it's an invertebrate.
Very good.
And most of the people seldom acknowledge.
So there are two different reactions or two opposing reactions when it comes to insects in general, right? Right, Naif? Naif, we've lost you. Hello? Naif? Hello? I'm so sorry about that, Naif. So, Can you check your microphone knife quickly? So I'm going to have to go back to Riyadh. Riyadh.
Hello.
Yes, Habibi. Can you summarize what you have learned so far from the very first paragraph?
The first paragraph?
Yes. Can you summarize what you have
Read
learned
again.
from the first paragraph? No, not read. Summarize it.
How summarize it?
Like لخص. What information have you learned from the very first paragraph?
I want to read again. Can I read again?
From the whole sentence, what's the main takeaway message? What do you feel about insects? Do you think they are helpful? Do you think they are damaging? How do you feel that they how we view them?
So can we move on to Saud al-Harbi? Saud al-Harbi?
Mr. Omar.
Yes, Habibi.
We have now a session with Mr. Mo'min.
Okay, I'm going to have to end it here and we're going to continue tomorrow. But before you leave, I want to... Oh, they started a new session already. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to leave you now. Sorry to hold you up. This is Mr. Ashraf, I bet. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
See you tomorrow, inshallah.
Tomorrow.